Welcome everybody. Anthony here with the Bulbaritos, bringing you a brand new live stream, and it is the first live stream of 2023, baby. Man, I feel old as fuck in here. I still remember back when there were movies, right? And you would see like the futuristic, right? And it was like 2023, and we were in like spaceships and shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Like back in the 90s, you know, and that's not even that far away, but in the 90s, they were making like, you know, those space show, you know, it's just like, Lord Jesus. And we're not even close. We're not even close. You know, we got hovering gentlemen, you know what I mean? We're hovering around, but we ain't doing it. But yeah, you are older. You are older, my friend. You are older. But yeah, we have a lot to catch up on. A lot of things are going to be switching up. I hope that y'all enjoy it and like it and agree and stuff like that. But we're going to talk about, I'm going to be really transparent with y'all on some of this stuff, because I want y'all to kind of see where I'm coming from, and y'all get like a behind the scenes type look, which is not a normal thing. But I kind of wanted y'all to see it. That way y'all can kind of see where I'm coming from, where we're moving as a community, and, you know, just going from there. Hold on. I'm just bringing this up real quick. That way I can have this ready. And then this one is 12:31. Oops. 21. There you go. Light. And then that way y'all can see kind of where we're coming from. And that's not right. Oh, wait, is it? It's under all. Yeah, there we go. and y'all can kind of see where we're coming from, because there's a lot of things that I keep an eye on and track kind of what y'all do. And I keep telling y'all that, and y'all don't believe me. I track a lot of stuff with y'all, right? So what you view, what you comment, where you like, which videos you like the most, you know, types of medium that you like. Is it live streams? Is it videos? Is it shorts? You know, and really try to get the pulse on what y'all are actually engaging with, which is why I tell y'all from the bottom of my heart, I do appreciate each and every one of y'all for liking and doing all that kind of stuff. But it's one of those things, and I'll tell you right off the rip, and y'all aren't gonna like it. Live streams will be going down in number. And it's not because I don't enjoy them. It's because they just don't get as much engagement as I want and I need. I'm not completely eliminating them by any means. I still want to do live streams. I enjoy them. Out of all the content types, I enjoy those the most. But for the amount of time and for the amount of stuff, I can, just to give you all a hint, I had one YouTube short, right, that it took me 30 seconds to do. That was gaming related with Benji, legitimately with Benji playing Call of Duty. And that got me more views than a 12-hour live stream that we did for Rise of Kingdoms. And that's where this channel was built. That's where this channel was built. So it's not anything again, like, if y'all want them back, I'm telling you, and I pay attention and I watch and I do that. It's all about the sharing, the commenting, doing it. Like, if y'all want more of it, then that's what it's going to take, right? Because at the end of the day, I only have a certain amount of time in the day to do stuff and create content and do live streams. So when I do live streams, that's taking away from a lot of growth that I could have on the channel. And that's why, like, on our Discord, I showed y'all those images. In 2021, just to give y'all an idea, in 2021, and I will catch up in chat here in a minute. In 2021, the breakout was as such. We had 200, you heard me correctly. This isn't my full-time job. This is a part-time. I would consider this a part-time with the amount of effort I put in. 242 live streams. Oh, you know what? Let me put on some music real quick because it's gonna get a little light. Let me see. Stream elements. I need epidemic, and then we'll go into Rise of Kingdoms. That way y'all can see it. Brunch bangers, no sir. So we're starting off with the bad, and we are gonna end with the good. All right. So I want to break it down to y'all before we explain everything. Okay. All right, give it 1 second. We had 242 live streams in 2021. The amount of videos we made was 27 only. Okay. Shorts, we made 2 YouTube shorts. Okay. We hit about 130,000 like 130,000 views, which for a small channel at that point in 2021 was when we started. Right. So we maxed out at 1,000 subscribers in year 1. So that was with 1,000 subscribers. Okay. In 2022, okay, we did only 140 live streams. So 100 less. We did 34 videos, which was only 7 more. And we only did 8 shorts compared to the 2. And we had double, you heard me correctly, double the subscriber increase and double the view rate. Okay, we went from 130K to 200, and I think it was, and then 205. I think I have it in the goals, 205K. So which it was short than our 300, but 300 was very gore oriented, right? Some of our highest view content in 2022 were actually our YouTube shorts, which took me little to no effort to make, for real. I promise you, I probably spent maybe 5 minutes making it. That's it. It was just cut, 60 seconds, and y'all consumed the shit out of it. So it is something that we're going to talk about more when we get in our goals for 2023. But I wanted to preface where our goals were coming from so that y'all know where we're going in 2023 and why we're doing that. Okay. So it is very important. If you love the channel and you enjoy it, smash the like. Smash the like, share it out with your friends, subscribe. The more viewers and eyeballs we get on the content, the more I'm gonna push that kind of content out. Okay, if COD content gets us a lot of eyeballs and shorts and all that kind of stuff, we may not necessarily get a lot of live stream views from Call of Duty because this channel was not built on it. But if I see that the YouTube shorts are absolutely banging on Call of Duty, we're gonna keep doing Call of Duty, okay? If y'all want Rise of Kingdoms content to keep going, y'all know what the deal is, right? So I'm keeping it real with y'all. I love y'all to death. If y'all want more Rise of Kingdoms content on the channel outside of other things, we're gonna be doing polls, all that kind of stuff. More this in 2023, community tab on YouTube, Instagram. If you're looking for funny shorts and stuff like that, go check them out. On our Instagram, all of the things are Bulbaritos, /Bulbaritos, everything. And so, yeah, you know, that's where I wanted to preface it. I never thought this would happen at all. Oh, no worries. Be sure to smash the like and sub. Bulba, Sinju, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you at work, brother. I just want to stop in. Hey, I appreciate you. That's me watching that one short on repeat for an hour. Yeah, no, Titch. I checked. Trust me, I checked. When you said you were gonna do it, nah, you're good. But the Benji one almost got 1K clips, right? Our food channel, right? And this is where I said the new stuff. I have goals for our food channel on YouTube, as well as maybe a couple little things here and there. So, you know, we're going to talk about goals, but we're going to talk a little bit about Rise of Kingdoms. We'll flip over there. And then I have a little Word doc that has all kind of our goals, breakouts, and then I'm going to answer questions and give you all kind of updates on the channel. We have a couple of new mods that are going to be for the first year rolling with us deep. You know, most of our mods have been here since the beginning. Sinju and Mitch were two of the big influential ones that came in 2022. Titch joined later in 2022, but he's pretty much fully onboarded now. So this will be pretty much his full year with us. And we are going to be looking at doing some EU kind of streams and stuff like that. But, you know, we're going to talk more and more about that. That way y'all can kind of get an idea of where my mind's at, where I want to go and take the channel. And I appreciate y'all for everything that y'all are kind of helping us with. All right, let me flip over real quick. Let me make sure it's on here. Okay. So Noah, you've never actually seen us on this. So Noah's actually a viewer that came to us. I think it was last Call of Duty stream. Found us on YouTube, recommended, and joined us when we're playing Call of Duty. So he doesn't know anything about Rise of Kingdoms. Basically, everybody likes to simplify it and say it's an MMO type style, but it's like an open field, open player. You have a bunch of players, send marches, attack. If you've ever seen similar games like Clash of Clans, I'm trying to think of the more popular mobile games. What other games are similar to this? It's one of the top in genre. So yeah, it's just something we've built it on. If you've ever watched Clash of Clans or Call of Duty or anything like that, our channel has been sponsored a couple of seasons. I think it was like 3 or 4 seasons. So this will be going on our 2.5 year mark, where we do casting. So if you watch Call of Duty casts and stuff like that, Noah, I do similar things like that on this channel, where we cast kind of a competitive game mode in this game. And that's kind of where I made my bread and butter on the community, kind of that aspect. So, all right, so we'll get into it. Right, y'all want to talk about it? Channel updates. I will show y'all this because a lot of people keep asking about 1307. Here are our rankings. Here's Alliance Power. We'll give you all little updates on Rise of Kingdoms. Here is our 1307 stuff. I believe we're looking into jumping in next pop. Keep your eyes out. It will probably be a YouTube short. Okay, this is where I'm telling you right now. Okay, this is where I'm telling you right now. We're going to be changing, flip-flopping the game. Instead of us doing live streams to reveal and do stuff like that, I'm going to start turning a lot of these into YouTube shorts, videos, instead of live streams. Okay, the live streams I'm going to be switching up, and we're going to do a lot of community type live streams, because I told y'all we're going to be bringing in tournaments. Okay, if you don't know about those, we'll hop on the website. I should have the webpage finalized by probably midday tomorrow. And then I'm going to post the link in our Discord. So if you haven't registered on the website, go register on the website. Fall Guys will be this Saturday. Okay, so keep that in mind. I'm still finalizing the time. I believe it's going to be around 15 UTC-ish. I'm trying to make it okay for everybody. I just don't want to do it super early. So 15 UTC-ish, 13 to 15, somewhere around there. If you don't know what that is and you're in the US, it's usually I'm shooting for like 10 a.m. to noon is where I'm shooting for. Because we have a lot of European community members, a lot of US. And so the later I do it in US, the more likely all of our European guys can't jump on. So Fall Guys. It is free. If you're on PS5 or 4, whatever it is, wherever it's free, the only thing that I don't believe has cross-platform is mobile. I don't think mobile cross-platforms with every other console and PC. Okay, so if you're interested, I will just keep your eyes out. I'm going to post it on YouTube community tab. I'm going to be posting it on our Discord. I'm posting it on all our social media, and we're going to see if we can populate that piece. Okay. Once we hit, I'm telling you this, once we hit 60 people, if we hit that, okay, we may not even come close, and that's okay. We're axing the registration. Okay. So make sure if you want in, you get in. I'm looking at talking with Redline, seeing if he wants to hop in, get some of his 2x4 guys. You know, it's open to everybody. The only deal is they have to be registered on the website. Okay. The way we're going to be doing it is platforms. So by rounds. So if you make it basically you're going to get points to our leaderboard for just participating in each match. Then it's going to go, we'll see how many people there are. If there's only 20 people, then we may do something like top 10 or top 5. I don't know how we're going to figure out that part. It just depends on registrations. And then you're earning points towards the final season 1 of Burrito Bowl. And that way y'all can do. If y'all have questions, message me on Discord. I'm willing to answer them and chat and hang out, or we can always just make a quick YouTube short and kind of explain everything. But yes, so 1307, that's coming up this week. 1307, we are looking at registering. I believe the next pop, it has not been finalized, but they're trying to line up kind of a really big Imperium KVK. And right now, from what I'm hearing, the likelihood of it being, I think 1365 wasn't able to register. So, they should be getting our pop as well. So 1365, 1307, 1093, 1960 are the big ones that I can remember off the top of my mind that are going to register on the same pop. I think there were a couple other ones, but I don't remember, so don't quote me. But once I figure out what's what, expect a YouTube short, right? Go consume it, drop a like on it, share it, do all that. Like I keep telling y'all, the more y'all engage with the content, the more I'm going to make that content, right? Because at the end of the day, I want to grow the community. And from what I've noticed, the amount of effort that I put into videos and shorts has far outweighed what I get on live streams. And so I love live streams, but I'm really pushing for mass growth in 2023, which for me is going to be probably video content and shorts. Now, if y'all keep bringing the fire, like in KVKs, when we bring that fire and the viewers and all that kind of stuff on regular live streams, I'm down. But it's not there. It's not worth the squeeze right now. New Jack, hey, good to see you, buddy. Titch. Let me see. Yo, Benji, how's it going? Good looking. Let me see. All right, I see y'all chatting with each other. Good. Just no time. Hey, no worries. It's gonna be on a Saturday. I'm gonna make sure that all of our tourneys are on Saturdays. That way, if people want to play, they can play. When's KVK? I believe they said we're gonna try to register. Was it the 7th or the 9th or whatever the next pop is when I believe they said we're gonna try to register. So here's our power. SVG used to be formerly TW. I guess they retired the name. I don't know. I'm not in leadership. We brought in some other players, so there's our stuff. Alliance kills. Here's our alliance kills. You can start to see they're going up. 1 AVG, SN, CB, SVG. So yeah, we're starting to get a little thick. I think if we migrated one big alliance, like one decent size alliance, I think we'd be up there already with everybody else. Individual power, I don't think we've really ranked up because of MGEs and stuff. But yeah, we're looking good. You know, we'll power up a little bit. I'm for sure if we're getting in a big KVK, there'll probably be a lot of power ups. But we'll see. And the individual kills, you can kind of see that. Los DK. Pinche DK. So yeah, we're gonna be looking at doing that. And yeah, man, it's gonna be, ROK is always gonna be kind of that love on this channel. I appreciate all y'all. One of the other things that we're gonna be looking at, we are gonna be looking at adding additional games to the rotation. So keep your eyes out for that as well. Call of Duty definitely is going to become it won't become like an every other day kind of deal, unless we have nothing to stream on Rise of Kingdoms. But y'all, if y'all want to come and hang out and chill, we can come and hang out. I don't think there's any events going on. So this pop needs to finish. When is this pop finish? 23 hours. So not this pop, the next pop is when we're going to be doing it, I believe. Question mark? I think, I don't fucking know. They sent a Discord message, and I think it's the next pop. I think it's in a week or some shit like that. I think they want a strife. Let's see, what's the last time you like overtrained a lot for the Zenith or something? So I don't really do it. I like balls. I don't really push for Zenith, because there's so many big boys in 1307 that it's just not. I would have to have like years of saving, and the way that KVKs go nowadays, I just don't have that kind of stuff. We have a 18 build alliance in my KVK. Biker, really? I think we probably would have like a 1960 if we just put all of our massive players in one alliance. I think almost every kingdom would have that in a big one. I think it's impressive when you see an 18 and a 10 or 18 and a 12. Like, then you're starting to cook because you got a bunch of aggressive fighters. Like 960, that's what makes them dangerous, right? Yeah, they have 18 bill, but it's 18 bill of fighters, right? It's gonna be a hard KVK. Even if the pairings that I think would happen, I think it's gonna be an absolute milking. That KVK is gonna be rough. Yours is 14. Yeah, we really haven't retrained back. We haven't really retrained back. Kingdom 2021, I think. Okay. They have a lot of KP. You want to see? I think they're at 1.5 or something like that or 1.2. Is it 1.2? We'll go look. I have accounts in there from previous KVKs. They have quite a bit. Probably passed it. YOLO. Oh, there it is. And go check them out. And this will probably be a video in itself. Well, it might be a video. It might be a short. It might be a video. I think this one's going to be a little too long to do a short for. Rankings, alliance power, there you go, 18 and 10. Which it feels like they were less, right? Because in the 307 they were 21, right? Or 22, I forgot what it was. And then the other one was like 10, I think. There you go. So 1.5. So the drop is pretty substantial. That's why I was telling y'all, the drop is massive. But at 1.5 in that's still huge. Like, we'll go look at 254 and add in, I bet you this is about as much as the top 3 alliances in 254. You know what I mean? Like, they are fat. And the dangerous part about 960, and this is what a lot of people don't talk about, their fighters are great, right? They're very good. What makes 960 dangerous is the amount of resources they have, not the amount of fighters they have. That's what makes 960 so hard to like win in situational stuff. If you're gonna only open field with 60 GT, they're gonna drain your entire kingdom before they even start to feel it, right? They have so many resources. That's why, like, when in the 307 and the 960 KVK, we focus more on killing troops, on rallies and killing their troops than open fielding, because their open field, they would have milked our entire kingdom of resources. But troops, they could retrain, right? It's not out of the reason that they can't retrain and stuff. So all intents and purposes, I would rather make somebody retrain than utilize the billions and billions and trillions of resources they probably have. And that's an understatement. TK50 is my alliance. Very nice, very nice. Is very top heavy. They are THICC, but they are very stacked overall, and that's what makes them very dangerous, right? They are ultimate top heavy, but the difference is their top heavy is supported by the amount of stability they have in the top, right? So I would probably say most of them probably are average like 15, 20 billion resources each on the low end. On the low end. And that's on the low end, right? Their top 300 is, yeah. But think about it, THICC. Think about it. 300 players. If all 300 of those players are fighters and active, like the way 960 is, that is probably heavy hitting than a big Imperium Kingdom that has up and down times. You know what I mean? Their 300 were really strong and played a lot. We're registered next strife, I think. Hope we don't match. I want to avoid that Imperium. Glad KB. Kubasa, welcome, brother. Welcome. Only lost when they got tired of ROK, not because of resources or speed ups. Didn't 960 just take in 412? They only took in a couple of players clutch. They took their best players from 412. They also took some song players, but not the entire alliance, I believe. But they did take some of the song players as well. What do I do with 40k gems? To be honest with you, I wouldn't spend them. I'd save them and then spend it on a wheel. Isn't limited by res and KVK for healing. Yeah, exactly. Speed ups is their issue, but they all spend so much. They got tons of those too. So THICC, the only point that I would bring up with that is if that was the case, they wouldn't have had issues. They wouldn't have had issues in Osiris League. Most people don't know, or our guys will know because I talk about it a lot. But 960 was one of the top healing alliances, kingdoms in general, for the entire Osiris League. They healed almost the most troops. I think 254 took the cake, but 960 was not far behind. And for players that are that high in power to have to heal and heal and heal in the Anubis realm, which no shot at Anubis realm, but if they were in Horus, they would have healed probably twice as much, to be perfectly honest. Let's see. Who do y'all have? Hold on. I want to see this poll. I want to see this poll real quick. Start a poll. All right, I'm going to put a poll up for y'all. It's a poll for who y'all think is going to win this weekend. Damn, 960 cleaned up all the best ROK players. So cool, Pasta. Yeah, they pulled some song players. They pulled the 1412, kind of the whale swarmer, those guys. They pulled them, Aziz, and crew. So they are going to be very good. They are already very good. So it's just kind of adding a little cherry on top. I just got like 40k gems from the growth fund. 40k. Hey, that's awesome. To be honest with you, Balls, what I would do is save up to get at least 60k and then max spin a wheel. And then max spin a day on the wheel. That way you can start getting it. It's kind of your best bang for your buck kind of deal. if you don't need to blow them on hold on, let's look at 254. I want to see how they compare real quick. Best bang for your buck, to be honest with you. Let's see, there you go. Everyone keeps raging about them. We're gonna see. Go see. Innocent, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you. I still think 1v have better mid fights than 960. Well, if I remember correctly, the you like that advertising? Look at this advertising. Look at that. Tell me this isn't classic advertising. Look at this. Bulbaritos.com. All right, let's see where they're at. 17, 13, 13, 13. So they have what? Like 5 billion more than us? 17. Let me see. That's 30, 43, 56. Right? Am I doing this math correctly right here? 17, that's 30. 30 and then 26. Yeah, 56. 56. I wouldn't really, we can add this, but I don't remember seeing them, to be honest. VPR, I do remember kind of seeing, but I don't think they're an active like fighting. I think it's just these four. So 56. Alliance kills. There you go. See right here? These three right here make up, I think, 300 more than what 60 GT has. Just to give you all an idea. If you combined all three of the top alliances in 254, they only have 300 more than what 60 GT alone has. Just to kind of give you all an idea. Okay. If you take one of these guys out, if you take Q7 out, what is that? 9, 17. Well, I think that's still, they're not that much of a difference to be separating, but just to give you all an idea, the amount of thickness they have there. All right, let's go back to 307 so y'all can see. So they were at what, 56 is what we said? Oh, Bulba, I still think 254 versus 1307. They're in KVK, so we're gonna miss them again. And if we jump in the next KVK, which I don't think you'll ever see a 1254 versus 307. Being perfectly honest with you, the 1254 versus 1307 window, if we get registered next time, will be closed probably permanently. Because the amount of time that's going to take us to recoup from that kind of KVK that we're anticipating is going to be so long. It's going to be so long. The 961, we had to max skip, and I still don't think we were ready for KVK. And this KVK that we're anticipating is going to be worse than that one, with bigger fights. You know, it's going to be crazy if it happens. Bulba 254 and KVK, more space and alliance. I got you, Felipe. That's a good point for sure. It's a good point. I got Nevsky already, but it's level 1. What's a good pair with Nevsky? You could do like Nevsky XY if you have XY, which if you barely have Nevsky, I don't think you'll have XY, but Nevsky Attila, you could do Nevsky, William, Nevsky, you know, you could do Nevsky with a lot of stuff. XY, I wouldn't put behind Nevsky. I would put XY as a primary and use him as a different march. So like an XY William, and then do a Nevsky XY, you know, a Nevsky, oh my goodness, I just went blank. Honda or a Nevsky, you know, you can do a bunch, but I would have XY primary. Got 32 mil kills from just Nevsky. Dude, that's crazy. Joan, yeah. But if he barely has Nevsky like that, I don't know if he would have Joan. If you have Joan, then Joan's really good too. No one can beat 960. I believe all about res and control field. They have unlimited resources. So, Asen, the only thing with 960 that I would say is the resources. So the approach that I've always said, and I still stand by it, because I feel like if we had 1077 in Kingsland, I think it would have drained them even more, because 1077 would have played far superior than what BG did, right? They absolutely shit the bed in that KVK. But 1077 was kind of that, you know, they would have held their ground. And it comes down to troops. I think if you're rallying, I think if your sole purpose is to only open field with 960, they're almost unbeatable. They're almost unbeatable if all you're planning on doing is open fielding with them, right? The name of the game with 60 GT is you need to kill their troops by any means possible, right? Whether it's swarm, rally, whatever it is, it has to be in an effort to kill their troops. Not because I don't say they're going to retrain. They can all retrain, right? But there comes a point, and there has to be a point with everybody where they're just like, you know what, guys, I'm not spending another $20,000 to retrain all this to then lose it again. You know what I mean? Everybody will hit that point. Everybody will eventually hit that point. So it's not about trying to eliminate the top guy. The top guy will probably spend more than alliances as a whole in certain kingdoms, right? It's about killing their troops, because you can have all the res in the world, but if you have no troops to heal, then what the hell is the res good for? You know what I mean? And that's always the way that's the only way that I think 960 will lose, is if you have a kingdom that is fixated and focused on nothing but killing all their troops. That is it. So like in 307, if you go rewatch that KVK that we had in some of the streams, the utilization of our farms was something that we picked up from 1093, which it helped us phenomenally, right? We were launching rallies, going positive with them, and we were utilizing farm troops, which didn't hurt any of us, right? But it was killing their troops, millions and millions of troops every single rally, millions dead, all day long. Dead. You know what I mean? And that's what you have to kind of do in an effort if you want to wear them down a little bit. I think 60 GT was a little bit too fresh for when 307, when we got to them. So it didn't really have that effect. But I think if you have allies that kind of try to do that in the beginning and then it kind of prolongs throughout the whole KVK, I think that's a little bit different. But, you know, it's one of those like, hey, they did what they did. They did really good. And their strategy was really, really on par. So you can't ever take that away from them. And they did win. But we are still kind of undefeated. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of undefeated. Trying to invest into those two commanders. I want to see 307 versus big boys. We already played 960 last KVK. And I would venture to say that most of them, I would say 960 had a good fight. I think 307 probably gave them the best fight that they probably had. Because it was not like, we can't say, BG and 108 really turned the tide. Guys, they didn't do dick in Kingsland. Right, let's be honest. They didn't do dick in Kingsland. It was legitimately 307 and our other allies that were trying to hold everybody back. And for everybody thinking that we were going to die in 2 days, we lasted like a week long of full fighting. It was literally like 412. Believe it or not, I think we actually lost more in the 412 first zone than we did in the 960 one. But I think we had more bigger players in this last KVK that lost a lot more power, which was a little bit different. Our mid got hit really hard in that 960 KVK. Who you're anticipating a match with in Stripe? So Cool Pasta, from what I've been told, and I could be wrong, things change, you already know. What we're shooting for right now, and the only reason that we'd register in the rotation is we can link up with everybody else, and I believe that they're talking about it right now, and it would be 960, 1960, 1307, 1093, and 1365 from what I've heard. There'll probably be a couple more, but I just can't remember. Those were the 4 big boys that I remember. Does Baba TC still play ROK? I believe he does. I don't know where he's at. You have to defend flags and forts and kill their troops, use farms. Yeah. That's what scares the shit out of me, Innocent, to be honest with you. That's what scares the shit out of me. Like 365, I love. Right? I love all 365. But when you pair the deadliness of 960 and the swarms and all and the rally combos and the gear, and then you mesh them together with allies like 1093 who utilize their farms, they're very active, like that right there is a deadly combo, right? It's not a shot at 307 or 365. I think it's a deadly combo on both sides. But it's just the anticipation if we get those combos, or it may not even be those pairings. It might be 93. I don't know all that. But I think that could be one of these scarier combos, regardless of how all four of those match. It doesn't matter. I'm just giving y'all hypotheticals right now. I don't know anything because we haven't even locked anything in. But just any pair that you put in that is going to be insane. I'd like to think, I don't feel like 960 and 365 would match together, but I don't know, right? And that's the kind of thing, like, it's not that they dislike each other or anything like that. I don't think there's any bad blood there. I just don't think that they would. I think that there's too much conversation around who's better than who for them to link up together and then never answer that. Does that make sense? That's the only thing I would say. That's the only reason I would say that I would never see them actually allying together, because I think there's too many people saying, oh, this one's better, this one's better. And for you to link up and not be able to answer that question would be an absolute L. An absolute L. All right, let me just get these real quick, fam. And I got to do all this shit. We're going to talk about a couple goals here in a minute, but I wanted to kind of show y'all some stuff. Baba's in 2489. Really? Oh, okay. I think Gambit, one of our mods, is in there too. Is 2489 like the bee's knees now? Because that's all I keep hearing about now. That's all I hear about is 2489. Everyone's getting hot in their shorts. They're getting hot in their shorts for 2489 right now. Is there a reason? Is that the one that wait, hold on. Oh, that's the one that Pho went to, right? Is that, I think, I see, I can't keep track of all the numbers. I think that's the one that Pho went to, correct? $254 missed out. Yeah. And I don't know if I don't know if any of these kingdoms are gonna regroup so fast to tag it with 254. That's gonna be a rough one. It'll be a hot second before 254 is gonna get matched with most of these guys. All right, let me see. I remember how 1093 was filling flags. It was crazy. Like, I don't know how they do it. Yeah, innocent. So that's why I was saying, like, 1093 has the recipe. That's what makes this dangerous. And this is what I kind of want. Like, I don't know how, but somehow 1093 still flies under the radar as one of the best kingdoms in Rise of Kingdoms. To be honest with you, our top three, there's no way that you don't have 1093 in top three. There's no way. No way. Every single KVK that people have said there's no way they're beating this kingdom, they have beat them. 1365 I think is in top three as well, and then I think 960 is in top three. I think 254 is in top five, but I don't think they're in top three. We don't have beef with 960. Most of the top kingdoms mutual respect for each other. The clowns. The clowns. Yeah, y'all are welcome to post some clown faces in the chat. Clowns. I like clowns. No, I don't. I really don't like clowns. Clowns scare the shit out of me. Who would be your allies from those three? Honestly, if it was me, I think the most fair fight would be a 365 307 versus 93 and 960. And the reason I'm saying that is it's very like us and 1093 are very like pretty close. I think 1093 actually has more than 307 now, power wise, but it's not like a huge differential, right? When it comes to that. And then I think the aggressiveness of 365 and 96 counters each other really well. So I think if you're looking for a well balanced, that's not a jab at any other kingdom. I'm just saying in regards to like trying to have the best opportunity for an intense KVK, I think that's the one. I think regardless, it's still going to be an intense KVK either way. I just think there's no way that 960 and 365 end up on the same side, just because of the, like I told you, the conversation of who's the best. It would come into par. Yeah, Fuzz there. Yeah, that's the one I remember. That's a dope concept. I do really like that. Pair 1093, if you go with them in KVK, really good and exhausting their opponents. 846 number saw that coming. Yeah, and we talked about that Innocent for a long time. The power of 1093. It's Fuzz Gang and a lot of 1v. Oh, really? 1v went. Interesting. OV. Oh, okay. Yeah. OV, I did know that they kind of went over there. Are they all in the same alliance? I haven't even looked. Does Baba still play? Or didn't he give us? No, he's still playing, man. He's still gonna play. If I believed Baba would leave, bro, I wouldn't. I would tell you he's lying. I think Baba would kind of pull back a little bit on playing, but I don't foresee Baba ever quitting. I think the difference is Baba's kind of in the limelight. And I don't think he necessarily wants to be there. I think he just wants to be able to relax and enjoy the game. Because it gets tiring. You know, as a content creator, that's one of the hardest things for people to understand is the amount of like mental strain that comes with streaming and doing content. It's a lot, man. You got to put up with a lot of personalities, trolls, you know, kind of letting stuff roll off your shoulders. Like there's a lot. You basically, if you're wanting to make content, you need to be okay with like cyberbullying. Basically, you need to just learn how to just let it ride. That's it. Yeah, Baba is probably tired of all that pressure. I don't think he minds spending, to be honest with you. I think if he's put that much money into the game, he doesn't have a problem spending. I think he has a problem with, I would say this, if you're spending that kind of money and you don't really get a voice in the game. Now, I'm not saying that whatever Baba says needs to happen. What I'm saying is if you're spending millions into a game, right? And you don't even get like, hey, we'd love to hear your opinion on this current update, right? I think that's a problem, right? Now, I'm not saying bend the knee to Baba and to the big whales, but you don't want to not feel like they're included in the game. You know what I mean? Like, I can tell you right now, there's content creators in other games that have their own skins, that have their own bundles, that have their own, you know, content creator codes. You know, like there's little things that I've been telling them for years that we should have and do. And it just falls on deaf ears. You know what I mean? And it's one of those things. You know what I mean? I think that's a missed opportunity. I'm not saying give Baba a skin. What I'm saying is if Baba wants to spread the love and drop a code that is a Baba code and give some small freebies to people, it's freebies. You know what I mean? Who cares? Or if you like in game when they did his interview, that should have been a flyout right here for an event, right? An event that had his picture with interview with Baba with the button that led to their YouTube. We already do it for Osiris League. They just don't advertise very well, right? If you go to Clash of Clans game, right? Go right now if you have it. And you go and look at their streams, right? They have player pictures. They have, you know, match graphics. That is something that is missing from this game that I was hoping to bring in with my cast. If I get players that will send pictures and we can pose or they have game, so like BG, right? BG, 1V, all of them actually have logos. They actually have in-game logos. So being able to add those in graphics, it adds a flavor and a fire to the content that is sorely lacking right now, right? I'm always looking for that one up every single season. Y'all seen it. Hey, if y'all tell me right now, I want y'all to tell me in chat. We got 21 people in here, 14 likes. It doesn't matter. I want y'all to put one in chat if y'all think my production value leveled up this past season in Osiris League. And then put 2 in the chat if you didn't really think so. And I'm not going to be insulted. I honestly want to know production value as a whole, from intros to cutscenes to skins to, you know, quality on the website, all that kind of stuff. You tell me, put 1 in the chat if you think that it was leveled up, or put 2 if you don't think so. And I'm not going to be insulted, I promise you. It's probably, yeah, OV or same alliance. It's probably want to win Osiris. Like, oh, okay, I gotcha. Thoughts on Maverick? Not super hype on Maverick. I think the problem that comes in, that Maverick's running into, right, is when somebody spends that kind of money into the game, people expect a lot from that, and he, you know, he's not. Supercell is so much bigger though. They have full department of player engagement, not a team of a handful. So lore, for a game that makes this kind of money, lore, they could, right? The difference is, and here's the difference, right? And this is a marketing thing that I want y'all to understand. Once I talk about this, we're gonna go to the goals, and then we'll come back. Okay, I promise y'all. Here, I'll go full cam because I want y'all to see this. Am I saying Maverick sucks at the game? I'm saying that I don't feel like he puts that much in for the amount that he spends. That makes sense. All right. So there is one thing about Rise of Kingdoms and Lilith games that I have said for a very long time. Okay. It's not a jab at them. It's just, it's a different business model, and I don't necessarily personally, like, they're a $1 billion game developer, right? They know what they're doing. It's just an observation that I make as a consumer, okay? And as a content creator for Rise of Kingdoms, it's something I notice, okay? The number one thing that makes Supercell an absolutely amazing company is their community support. End of story. Okay. The amount of community support that Supercell provides is light years away from Lilith games. Okay. And what I mean by that, I mean, you couldn't even tabulate how close those two are not together. Okay. Okay. I'll give you an example. Supercell. Community events outside of the game. And here are some things that people don't know if you only play the game. I, as a marketer, look at everything across the board because I want to learn, I want to grow, I want all this kind of stuff. Okay. One, it's super and then create, right? This is a create portion of Supercell. This is not for their dev team. This is for individuals and community people inside of the Supercell community that play Clash of Clans and all of their games under the Supercell umbrella. Okay, so if I was good at 3D animation, like creating stuff and rendering it out, doing all, I would do it. It's open to the public, it's open to everybody, and you can submit. You personally can submit skins for characters, for the city themes, for all of those, and win actual cash prizes. And this isn't a blowaway, right? This is like, I'm talking, they said it's a certain percentage up to $50,000. And I'm telling you this, right? As a normal person who's creating stuff, you can have freelancers that will come in and submit stuff, and that's their living right there, right? You get a certain percentage of the sales up to $50,000 for developing a city skin that they will then claim and sell in game. Okay. Character skins, city skins, and it goes across the board for all their games, whether it's Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, you know, all of their games. Okay. That's just one thing. Two, they have a creator section that is a whole other creator thing where you have certain thresholds that you need to meet. But you get additional perks. You get a creator code that then your viewers can use. There's a whole hub developed around the creator aspect of their games. Okay. Number three, you have options of hosting your own tournaments and actually utilizing in-game rewards. Okay. Now you do have to provide them with proof of concept, and you have to provide them with metrics and stuff like that, which, like, if you're creating stuff, it's not a problem, right? You can always grow and enhance, but the opportunity of being able to do that is huge, right? And those are just some of the things, right? The creator events, they invite creators to the, oh man, what's the event called? The Clash of Clans, the Champions, or no, Clash Royale. And where they do like their championships, all that kind of stuff. Casters are cast, they get promoted on in-game, all, like, there's so many things I can go on and on and on about. And you name one of those things that Lilith has done in Rise of Kingdoms, and I promise you, y'all won't name anything that out of everything I just listed that they have done that's remotely close to that. It's crazy. And that is only the community pillar. That's what I'm trying to tell you, right? That is only that one pillar. If you want to get into the second, and it's probably it's in combination with community, the other pillar that separates and makes Supercell far up here and Lilith down here. You ready for it? I don't know if y'all ready for it, fam. Is the games. Right? I love Rise of Kingdoms, and I think the flagship games for each are going to last for a very long time. Okay, it's not a jab at Rise of Kingdoms, because Rise of Kingdoms I grew this channel on and I love it to death. I still play it, and this is almost 4 years in. I still play it. I still enjoy when I'm actually doing stuff in game, right? The lulls are very lulls now, but when I play it, I enjoy it. But the big thing, and this is one thing that I've told them about, Supercell builds their games to enhance the community, not to carnivore their community. And I'll explain what I mean by that. Basically, what I mean by them enhancing their community is each game that Supercell makes is a layer of a cake, right? It's a layer of a cake. You got Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, you know, all these other games, you know, that just stack and enhance, right? If you play Clash, then you most likely will touch Clash Royale, which then you will touch all these mini games that they're making, all this stuff, right? With Lilith, right, you have Rise of Kingdoms as the foundation. Now you have Call of Dragons, which is literally a duplicate of the game. So it's not even a layer of a cake. It is a whole other cake. It is a whole other cake. Call of Dragons, Rise of Kingdoms. They had the other game, the war game, the 1945. Y'all know which one I'm talking about. Literally copy pasta of Rise of Kingdoms, just with different characters, different stuff. But they are making the same game in multiple generations. So what they're doing is they are carnivoring their entire community. And what I mean by that is you aren't going to find a player who's going to want to play Rise of Kingdoms, Call of Dragons, you know, the other one and the other one, because they're all the same game. You see it mentally as the same game. So what you as a person and as a player, if you aren't going to be doing that, you're only going to fixate on one game because you don't want to invest your time, energy, and effort into an exact replica of the same game. Right? They should be making games that are different than Rise of Kingdoms. Do an AFK. The AFK arena, believe it or not, y'all ready for this? Made more money than Rise of Kingdoms in the first 3 to 4 months that it came out. And Rise of Kingdoms had been in existence for years. But the AFK arena one that they did made more money than all of Rise of Kingdoms has made in 3 months. In their first 3 months. So that's what I'm talking about. They need to be making different games that have nothing to do with Rise of Kingdoms, because then you can make bonuses that are like, use this creator, use this code in this other game to get free rewards. And then your Rise of Kingdoms guys will then transition to that game and this game. And then they're playing multitude of games from the same developer. That is the top 2 pillars and the problems that I see. All right, give me 1 second. We're gonna go full screen. We're gonna talk about some of our goals real quick. 2023, I did tell y'all we are gonna do that. Oh crap, I pushed the wrong one. Give me a second. Chrome. Did I not have it up? There you go. All right. Big changes coming in 2023. I wanted to share this with y'all. I will probably make a YouTube short just exclusively on our goals for 2023 for the channel. That way y'all can have something, be excited about it. Okay. First off, we'll start with the new stuff that's at the very, very bottom. Very, very bottom. Bulba Bites. If you don't know, this is our food YouTube channel. This is stuff that I develop, like food and stuff like that. I want y'all to be able to see stuff like that. I haven't really developed it out that much, but I want y'all to see something, right? I don't know if it's gonna bring this up. Hold on a second. Okay. I don't know if y'all can see this. I want you to see the difference in stuff, right? I literally only have 2 videos on here and have 3,000 views just with those 2 videos. And that's super spread out, right? Here are the shorts. Look at this. These shorts I've spent like 30 to 45 seconds making. 1.6K, 1.4K, 2.7K, 3.4K. Like, I will tell you this right here. These 4 shorts right here I made them in a total of less than 5 minutes, and those are probably a 20th of the views that I got completely in total for our gaming channel in 2022. Oh, I really I have to get that point across. And all of 2022 for our gaming channel, for Bulbaritos, the gaming channel, these 4 food videos from our literally our YouTube channel that has 50 subscribers. 50 subscribers has a 20th, because we had less than that. We had about 10K. This is about 10K right here, and we had 200,000 on the gaming channel. 10K just between these 4 shorts, and it took me 5 minutes to make them. Okay. It's an important thing to understand, and why we're making a shift. Let me bring back this thing real quick. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, so my goal is 25 videos in the year. I'm anticipating I'm going to destroy that, right? But I want to set a bar, because this is a supplementary channel, right? If it blows up, we'll see. You know what I mean? I don't know. It might not. I find that finding subscribers with food channels is a little bit harder to start off with. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? That last short got us, I think, like 15 or 20 subscribers by itself, and took me 5 minutes. So it's not bad. So 25 videos in the year. That gives me at least 2 videos a month, which I still think, regardless of doing YouTube videos and shorts, I think 25 is going to be really easy. I probably would say I'm going to do 25 shorts in the year by itself. But yeah, so 25 videos in the year, I should be able to crush that. I want to get 500 subscribers on the Bulbaritos channel by itself. That's going to be pretty hard. That's going to be pretty hard unless some of our videos catch fire. That's going to be pretty tough. Now here's one that y'all been asking for, and I added it onto the goals because I want to do it. I want to do a cooking live stream, and I know that y'all been asking for it, and so I'm gonna add it to the goals because that's the way that I kind of monitor myself. So I want to do a cooking live stream, live cooking demo with y'all. I don't know if I want to do smoked meat because that's like a 10-hour live stream, and I don't think I'm going to be able to entertain y'all for 10 hours. But doing a live cooking demo, I think would be really fun. And then here's one that I'm not sure on, but I thought about it. I'm thinking about adding a cooking section to the Bulbaritos website. All right. Y'all let me know, put a 1 in chat if y'all like the idea of having that, or put 2 in the chat if y'all don't necessarily care about it. And I'm gonna keep an eye on it because I really do want to hear y'all's opinions on it. Put a 1 in the chat if you like the idea of doing adding a cooking section onto the Bulbaritos website, or put a 2 if you don't necessarily care. If y'all want it, then I'm down to add it. So like the cooking videos would be added there, then the recipe, what I used, all that kind of stuff. So it would turn into something like that. B. Lee, how's it going, buddy? Fought Maverick before. He could do a lot more damage with his account if used differently. And that's what I was saying about him as well. Is that why Lilith's billion-dollar company? Because they cheap out on these other things. So here's the thing, Cool Foster, right? Everybody always says that they're a billion-dollar company, but what people don't understand is that's not $1 billion in profit, right? Keeping it 100 with y'all, right? That's not $1 billion in profit. As a company, you know, as a game, maybe they made $1 billion, but the amount of money, like they have to spend money on advertising for marketing, keep the lights on, you know, all the company overhead, employee salaries. Like I promise you, I bet you their salaries with the amount of people they have and that they pay to these devs to partner and do all that kind of stuff. I bet you it's probably a quarter of what you're thinking. I bet you. You need to be in the Lilith meetings when planning to make new games. Dayton, it's not that I've never told them. I've told them for years about it. 112, but if you're getting views, do it. Oh, sounds like a lot. Like food videos make sense. They pick up quick, unlike live streams or regular videos. I agree. I think it's gonna be kind of a subsection if it is, because not everybody wants that, right? At some point, I will say this: if it becomes where like I'm watching the metrics and our food section is getting absolutely like it's wrecking all of our content, I may look at separating and segmenting it into its own website. But for right now, like I'm talking like I have ideas running through my head right now for some videos that I want to make, like recipes for gamers. Like that is one thing that I want to do. Quick recipes for gamers. Something that you can get done in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Like those are just things where I can cross between the two and kind of make a collab between our two channels. So like recipes for gamers, quick recipes in 5 minutes. Like it just touches on a lot of stuff that people want and probably would consume. I don't know, stuff like that. Okay. All right. So those were the Bulbaritos goals for 2023. 2023 for the Bulbaritos, which is our main channel right now. Bulbaritos, right? we're going to leave the first point for last because that is probably the most important one, that is going to involve the community, right? And a lot may not like it and others may leave, and it happens, man. We've been losing subscribers, and at the end of the day, guys, it's not about the numbers for me, right? Numbers will come and go. I would love for y'all to stay, but if y'all don't feel inclined to stay, then don't, right? You know what I mean? And it is what it is. It is what it is. You should do podcast kind of thing, invite players, not only discuss games, but in general. So Innocent, the problem with doing stuff like that is our channel isn't built like that, right? It's not that we can't do it. It's that if I can't even get people to show up for a game, I doubt that if I don't put anybody's name like Baba, right? If I was just interviewing Cool Pasta, right? And nobody knew Cool Pasta, I don't think people would show, right? And with podcasts, it takes a lot of time and effort for editing and cutting and doing all that kind of stuff, where you need to already kind of have that built, right? I think a podcast channel would be its own separate thing. I don't think I would put it on here. I did try that kind of content. The problem is it's so hard. The problem is it's so hard to be like that. It's so hard to get eyeballs on a gaming channel for something that, like, if I'm not interviewing somebody who's well known in the community, if that makes sense. That's why, if you notice, right? If you notice, people who are doing interview aspect type things are only doing content creators and big names in games. But what happens now, hear me out. What happens to those guys when you run out? When you run out of those 10 top names that you think of, what are you doing now, right? Are people going to come and show up for you to interview Joe Blow from Kingdom 2673? You know what I mean? Most people won't give a shit about it. So with podcasts, the importance is understanding that your audience will demand and want somebody that they want to know, right? Dang. And that's the only reason, like with Red, I'll tell you right now, I have talked with Red, and y'all are getting a little behind the scenes right here. I've talked with Red about doing collabs for over a year, right? This was before he had gone full-time on content, all that kind of stuff. We had ideas of doing collabs on merch. We've had collabs on doing content together. The thing is neither one of us wants to do gaming content if we are going to do a collab. Not that we can't, we already do gaming content as a collab, but neither one of us wants to do additional content that is gaming related, right? We don't want to talk about Rise of Kingdoms. We want to chat and hang out and bring somebody in and then talk to them about life, about where they're from, like what kind of shit they rock with, what's their favorite food, what's their craziest vacation. Like we want to actually be with people and talk about current events, sports, EU football versus US football. Like there's just talk about stuff, you know, but that is hard. That's a hard thing, a hard thing to do with two people, right? Because we would probably be on cams, which means we would have to record it and we'd have to cut it together. And then, you know, it becomes a whole other animal in itself. So we just never settled on anything. See, but Innocent, we want it to be more than just food. See, I don't want to make something that's going to carnivore my food channel. Does that make sense? We can talk about food, but it's going to be like food, sports, entertainment, like life stuff, shit, crazy shit happening in the world. Like, if you've ever seen those like sports talk shows, right? When they're talking about, you know, this famous athlete, and then they bring up topics about his life and, oh, he got this crazy ass car, and like that's the kind of stuff we want to get into. But I don't know if people would watch that. That is the problem. If it's not us interviewing Bunny or Baba or Mad Phantom, or, you know, if we're not interviewing somebody with a big ass name, y'all don't show. And that's the issue, right? Just look at it right now, and I want y'all to visually think about this. In a 24-hour span, Redline, who has 13,000 subscribers, right, did a live stream where he peaked at about 450 viewers for a Rise of Kingdoms stream. 24 hours later, did a Call of Duty stream, peaked at 32 viewers, and that is it. Out of 13,000 subscribers, only 30. You know what I mean? That can't happen. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, what that tells me is that Redline has a loyal 30 to 40 to 50 people that don't give a shit about whether he does Rise of Kingdoms or not. And hey, that's a goal right there, right? We want people that are gonna rock with us, that wanna rock, have fun, have some laughs, get entertained. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter whether I'm driving a buggy, playing Fall Guys, you know, playing Rise of Kingdoms, or just shooting the shit with some cool homies, right? They're here to rock with us, have a good time, and that's it. But y'all, every content creator, and I keep it real with y'all, every content creator that streams Rise of Kingdoms, y'all absolutely stomp on their ball sack. Okay? Y'all stomp all over their ball sack. I'll give you another example. Dragothian, 36,000 subscribers, right? But the second he goes to a different game, maybe 80, 60, somewhere around there, anything else other than Rise of Kingdoms, just absolutely mind blown, bro. Even Chisco with 150, I think he's almost pushing 200K if he hasn't already passed it. Go check out one of his other live streams with a different game, and he's barely probably pushing 200. Barely. That's rough, chat. That's rough. Like, I love y'all and I appreciate y'all, but we gotta do better. We gotta do better. You should do more tech focus. So Cool Pasta, the only reason I thought about that, right? And I'm letting you know, I thought about doing tech. The problem with tech is tech requires me to spend money when I'm not going to be making any money on the channel. And that I already do. I already do with the gaming channel. I can't have multiple channels where I'm putting money into something without, like, I would sink myself financially if I did that with multiple channels. And tech is not cheap. You know what I mean? All those big techies that you see on YouTube are either getting it sponsored or it's something that they were already going to buy that they're just recycling a video on something that they actually wanted. But if you were telling me go review 10 headsets, that's $1,000 that I would have to spend in headsets, and then I would maybe make like $50 on monetization, maybe. Like that, you can't have a monetization model like that, or you'll get sunk so fast. Hello, Black Panther. How's it going, buddy? Your name isn't very familiar to me, but I appreciate you hopping in the chat, buddy. How are you doing, bud? Hennessy, not everyone enjoys Call of Duty. Hennessy, it doesn't matter. I think it's just gaming in general, right? It's a gaming in general, right? Because it's not just for me, right? I'm not saying just Call of Duty specifically. I'm saying go to any Rise of Kingdoms creator, and no matter what game they play, if it's not Rise of Kingdoms, they take like their viewership goes from 100 to like 0.01% of what their total subscriber count is. That is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? There is a difference between, I'll give you this example, right? Dr. Disrespect, Tim the Tatman, Nick Merckx. I know I'm saying massive names, so don't take it as the name. What I'm trying to explain to you is the community, right? I don't care whether Nick Merckx plays fucking Teletubbies, Fall Guys, the absolute dumpster fire of a game, or, you know, is just doing whatever, right? His viewership, if anything, will fluctuate like a fraction of a percentage. People don't give a shit about that, right? They are there to rock with the homie, and that's it. Dr. Disrespect, same thing. He could play Goat Simulator and still rock the same fucking numbers as he's playing Call of Duty or, you know, Valorant or anything, right? That is what content creators are trying to build, right? It doesn't matter. In Rise of Kingdoms, though, the drop is so bad that it makes it hard. Like if you're a Call of Duty streamer, right? And I'll tell you this, if you're a Call of Duty streamer and then you go and stream Valorant, your drop off probably isn't going to be that big. It probably isn't, because it's a very similar game. You may grow your audience, right? Or play CSGO and Call of Duty. Like there's going to be a crossover across those, right? With us, there is no crossover, and that is the problem. But why would we watch if we don't play the game? Hennessy, I don't think it's necessarily about enjoying. I don't know how to, I want to make sure I say this correctly. So as a content creator, I always say that there's 3 different types of content creators, right? And I tell this to anybody who talks to me about content creating, whether it's Ploto or Redline or Wick. I talked to Wick about this way as well. There are 3 types of content creators, okay? 1, you're either a pro gamer and you're an absolute beast, right? Think of Shroud, right? Like a Shroud-esque type player, or pros that are just phenomenally good, that they don't need to be entertaining. They are that good where people will retain viewership by not even saying a word, right? People just want to watch their gameplay. 2, they're an entertainer, right? They don't give a shit whether you go 0-32, you get dunked on, if you're entertaining as fuck, right? Which is what kind of the bucket I just attempt to fall into, because I'm not ever going to be the biggest spender. I'm not ever going to be, you know, the most talented gamer ever, but I can be entertaining as fuck. I promise you that. Or 3, you do what I was telling you, where you were just a monster spender, right? There's a reason why people watch spending videos at casino channels, just in gaming in general. Look at that Baba video where he just mass spammed. Like, if you can develop a channel based around that and you have the means and ability to do it, you will grow very quick, right? I would say out of those 3, the fastest to grow is being a pro. The second is being a spender, and third is being an entertainer. Because I think everybody thinks they're entertaining, but they might not be actually entertaining. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the gist that I would say. All creators will fall in one of those 3 buckets if they are going to try to do something with their channel. And if you are going for bucket 3, which is the one I was telling you about, the entertaining part, it shouldn't matter which game you're playing. People will be entertained regardless of what game you're playing, right? Like with Redline, I'll hop on his stream and they're still engaging. There's a lot of people that don't play COD, but they watch, they laugh, like they die randomly to a grenade. The Benji clip where he got run over by a truck, like there's just stuff that happens that makes it fun. And I think that is the difference, right? I don't expect people to come and hang out for 8 hours when we play COD. You know what if that makes sense? But stopping in, showing some love to the streamer and just saying, hey bro, I see you streaming, wanted to send you some love. And you sit there for 20 minutes if you have free time and you just chill and hang out and then you leave. That's still helping the creator. Going in, dropping a like, saying hi, all those things help a creator. And it costs you nothing. If every single viewer and subscriber for those channels just did that one thing, to hop in a stream, say hi, drop a like, and then even if they didn't stay, that would still night and day compared to anything else. And you didn't even have to do anything. I like to play COD, not watch. Innocent. No worries, Innocent. You're good. YouTube algorithm is trash. I think it's going to get worked on. but right now it's a little bit different. If y'all don't agree, by all means, y'all are more than welcome to voice your, this is kind of an open thing. Justin, thank you so much for the super chat, buddy. Thank you for the 20 super chat. OP, baby. Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, I appreciate you, homie. Thank you, thank you. I don't think you need to spend money, just go through video reviews of things on stream or news articles and your thoughts on them. Cool Pasta, that's, believe it or not, what you're saying right there is what I'm anticipating doing in 2023 with the shorts for a gaming channel. So I'm not gonna make an 8-minute long video over the patch notes. I'm just gonna give y'all a hot take in 60 seconds on a YouTube short of what I think of the patch notes. That is the kind of content that I'm gonna be making in 2023. And that's short form. I enjoy playing COD. Bo, hey, I appreciate you, bud. Send us are you on our Discord, Bo? If you are, then and you want to play sometime, send me a request. I'll add my Activision. Just ping me on Discord and I'll add my Activision so you can send me a friend request if you ever want to play. If you want to. If you don't want to, don't worry about it. I stop by when I can. Don't think we were streaming much recently. Oh, Black. Yeah, no, I haven't been. With all the holidays and stuff, dude, it was rough. It was rough. Yeah, I got you. I know, I understand where you're coming from. No worries, Hennessy. That's all I meant, man. That's all I meant by it. It's not a jab at the community, and I'm not trying to say y'all are trash because you don't come and watch. All I'm saying is, for Redline being the tier, top tier gentleman, right? Chisco, Drago, all them, for them to see that big of a drop just for wanting to play a new game is it's unreal, right? All the best thing that you can do for a creator if they want to experiment and do that is just go in, say, drop a comment, drop a comment, leave them a like, say you appreciate them, you see them doing hard work, and if you want to bounce, then bounce. If you want to watch a little bit, maybe you never know, and that's kind of deals. It's like we're changing the environment. We're changing the environment. For crossover, the closest game to Rise of Kingdoms is Clash of Clans. Yeah, correct. Which is one of the games I used to play. And believe it or not, back when I didn't have as high viewership on Rise of Kingdoms, I actually had more viewers on Clash of Clans. The only problem with Clash of Clans that I had is I ran out of time and I couldn't split between the two. I am looking at possibly going back to Clash for some stuff, but there's going to be a difference. I do not want to be the leader of the clan. I want to just participate. I have a lot of content things that I want to do, but trying to organize all that shit was so hard and time consuming. So like examples, Clash of Clans, I want to stream our live clan battles, right? Like all 15, 30 of us, and then be able to stream the 30 of it, the 30 attacks. We all line up, we start a stream at 15 UTC and then stream all 30 attacks. And then that becomes kind of a weekly thing or however we want to do it. There's plenty of stuff that I want to do. I can run tournaments in Clash of Clans. I'm thinking about doing that too. Mohammed, I appreciate it, buddy. Need a lot live next KVK, not like the previous. What are you talking about? Well, how many did I have? Now that you bring that up. YouTube Studio. I'll tell you right now. Let's see. Hold on. Wait for it. This is what I was telling you. You're gonna get behind the scenes real quick. Baby. This one. Can y'all see that or no? All right. That might be too zoomed in. Horus. That is one video. Oh, these are videos. So I did 1 video, 2 video, 3 video, 4 video, 5 video. I did 5 videos for the 960 KVK. 5 videos for how many views was that? Let me see. Right between these 3. I want you to look at this. Look, we'll just round this up to 1,000. 3,200, 5,600, 56, 67, 7,700 views just on those 5 videos, right? Just here, out of 200,000 views for the entire year, 7,700 of those came from these 5 videos from that one KVK. Okay, here are the lives. Here are the lives. Oh, sorry, it was my mouse. Oh, sorry, my mouse went crazy. Yeah, madness because nothing's been going on. Let me see. FBI, that wasn't ours. Where's the 960 KVK? 412. Let me see. Watch the paint dry. I think this was, which one was this one? Was it RKVK? I don't think it was RKVK. There's this one. 1, 2. Is that really all I had? Oh, you know why? It was my birthday. It was my birthday. We had past 7 on my birthday, so I didn't stream past 7. I was wondering, I was like, why the hell didn't I stream past 7? I usually do Kingsland and past 7 100%. I could have sworn. Versus visiting the retirement home. There you go. There's another one. Hold on. Wait. Oh, whoa. Whoa. Okay, I found him. Look at this. Hold on. Who's the one that said? Hold on. Who's the one that said I didn't stream this KVK? Mohammed. All right. Mohammed. You ready? Mohammed? Look at this. I want you to look at this. Hold on. Okay, we got to the bottom. 1307. 1. 1307. 2. 1307. 3. 1307. 4. 5. 6. 7. 7 live streams for that KVK. Seven live streams and 5 videos for that one thing. Trust me, KVK and Osiris League are the 2 massive things that I always do. 5 videos and 7 live streams for that last KVK. And that was because I missed past 7 because of my birthday, which I normally would have done more live streams on that. So it's not a jab. Like, I don't want y'all to think that it's like that. It's just something that y'all got to understand as a thing. Those 5 videos got me more views than all those live streams. And those live streams, I promise you, if I tallied up all the time, I probably spent like 80 hours on live stream just between those videos. All right, let me see. Let me go back to the Word doc. There you go. Okay. So trust me, I hear y'all, but if y'all don't come and y'all don't invite, then there's not much I can do about that, fam. There's not much I can do about that. Go check out, if you don't believe me, go check out the 960 KVK. I literally went 5 days in a row for Kingsland, and I streamed all 5 days of Kingsland on top of every other thing that I did for the 960 KVK. Did a monster amount of content. Mohammed, I did 7 live streams, bud. I did more live streams than I believe almost every other creator. The only creator that I think might have done more than me is maybe Skywalker, but I don't know. I did more than Dragothian. I did more live streams than Shinshi, because Shinshi doesn't do live streams. Skywalker would be the only one that maybe did more than me. Your short was the OP one? Yeah, your short has almost 1,000 views on it already. Birthday, bro. How's it going, Bazzy Baz? Can I ask you some advice for my account planning to migrate again with my main for 4th time to go 2nd season conquest? Yeah, Denon, you can ask. You're welcome to ask, buddy. All right, so we're gonna start from the bottom, work our way up. I got a little distracted. Goals for 2023, Bulbaritos. Okay. 200 registered Burrito Gang members on the website. This was one of the goals that we actually smashed from 2022. The goal from 2022 was to hit 100. We hit 111, which is very impressive. That's you registered users on a website for gaming. You know, I appreciate y'all. Y'all smashed that. So I'm raising it up to 200. We'll see. I think that's going to be a little bit, it's going to be hard, but we're going to try. We're going to try, invite people. Hopefully tournaments will draw more people in, and you know, and the more we do it, the more we grow, which is good. All right. The other goal that we did not hit, but it was a huge stretch, right? In 2022, we ended up with 203,000 views across all of our videos, which was almost double what we had in 2021. So I'm pretty confident with the amount of videos we're going to pump out. I think we should be able to pass 300K this year. Okay. That is my goal. My very hard goal is to hit 300K views across the year. Whether it's views, live streams, videos, shorts, whatever, everything across the channel. And we'll talk more about how we're going to do that here in a couple of points. The next one, this is one that I really want because it lets me know one thing. And it involves engagement, right? It is the amount of engagement that we get. Have one video hit over 10K views on the Bulbaritos YouTube channel. That has to do with the fact if y'all are sharing the content, liking the content, the way that the YouTube algorithm works is, say I post it and in an hour, we have 1,000 views with 50 likes or 100 likes. That thing is going to get recommended on YouTube 100%. And that is the fastest way. If you want to help us more than you ever know it, if you see a video get popped on our Discord or you're on notifications on YouTube and you see a video get popped, click on that bitch, click the thumbs up and leave a comment. Promise you, if we had 100 people do that every single video, bro, our community would explode like a virgin on prom night. Legitimately. That is what they're looking for. They are looking for high engagement, not high views. YouTube doesn't give a shit about views. They care about high engagement and high watch time. If they put a video out and you were there for 98% of the video and you liked and commented, bro, that's gonna fucking explode. All right. So that is a goal of mine because it involves more of the community as well as the content. So that is one. We got to 8,200 views on the 1254 video that we made early last in 2022, which was really good. I think I put, the title was, Can 1254 Beat 1846? And that was the one that got 8,200 views. So we were close, but we didn't hit it. Let me see. Bulba, you do top Imperium, but who are the top A kingdoms? Top A kingdoms are hard because here's my dilemma with stuff like that, right? The only difference between a top A kingdom and Imperium is when Imperium want to drop, those A kingdoms become Imperium. So technically, I don't really know who would fall as a top A kingdom, if that makes sense, without them dipping into Imperium. That's a hard one. If y'all gave me a list, I could probably rank them if I knew the kingdoms, but I feel like top A's are almost like Imperium 2. Like Imperium 1.0s kind of deal. They're almost there, but they're not there enough, if that makes sense. So count as open field infantry main. Roughly after this KVK 4, it ends 2599, near 30 million power T4. Currently looking to go back to 2591. We'll want to check out other kingdoms as well. Trying to think of some other kingdoms. 2360. Oh, who were they? Depends on what kingdom type you're looking for. Is it 2361? 23. Who's the one that the guy? Oh my goodness, I just went blank. It was the kingdom that they're very, very good, very active. Redline had an interview with one of the guys. It's not 2361, I don't think. I don't remember. But they did really, really well in their KVK. Oh man, I can't remember their name. I would look. So when you're looking for a new kingdom, there's two things that I would say. Right? There's two things I would say. One, look for a kingdom that you feel like you can mesh well with. Right? Everybody wants to jump into the big ass Imperium KVKs and kingdoms and all that kind of shit. The problem with that is you may not necessarily like everybody in there. Right? It's a hard thing. It's a hard thing to do, right? Your personalities, you're gonna have to mesh with a lot of personalities. So it's about who you mesh with the best, right? I told you with AVG, like we just with that thing, and I never really talked about it, I guess, in detail. So there were other circumstances as well. I met the goals for the kingdom, but when you have, so here's kind of my 2 cents, right? If you set goals that people need to meet and they meet those goals, there shouldn't be any additional like shit on top of that, right? That's having a double standard. If you're gonna have a double standard, then that needs to be known, right? Case in point, if you tell your kingdom, if you are 15 million power and this KVK, you're required to get 2 million kills, whatever it is. I'm just throwing numbers out. And you have players that hit, it shouldn't matter whether that player hits 2 million or hits 200 million. If your goals are set like that, you can't punish somebody for meeting the goals, right? If you want them to exceed certain goals, then raise your fucking goals, right? Don't be pussyfooting around people and say, well, we had, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like it's one of those things, like if you were going to set bars and people hit those bars, then they met the bar, right? It shouldn't matter whether they hit the bar or whether they went 100 times over the bar. If you want people to go over the bar, then you need to set the expectations where you will be, where they are acceptable to you, and live with that, right? That is something as a kingdom, if you are going to run a kingdom and you are going to set standards for the standards, you need to set standards that you can live with and be acceptable to you, regardless if somebody hits it or far exceeds those goals. Okay. And it became about that. It became about that. And it pissed me off. You know, the other thing, and it's something that I don't necessarily like airing out, and I'm not going to say names or do anything like that. Y'all have met my wife, right? Y'all have met my fucking wife. If she says, I want this, I'm going to work my cheeks off to get her what she wants, right? She is decisive. She is decisive. She knows what she wants, and she will let me know, right? Some people need that, right? I don't like pussyfooting. I don't like the, you know, if we are going into a big ass KVK, right? I want a direction, and there is no, like, there is nothing, right? It's like, all right, team, we're going here, go. There's no, well, let's summon our community, and, you know, we're going to take a poll. And, you know, do we want to go to the left? You know, no, we should build flag. No, we should. Motherfucker, just say, let's go to the left, everyone to the left, right? That's it. If you want to go to the middle, everyone to the middle. If we are only reinforcing flags. But there needs to be a singular focus. And I get that kingdoms are going to have multiple leaders, right? But that is up to the leaders to congregate outside and then have one person with a fixed message. Because when you have somebody saying this, and then they're having that back and forth, in voice chat, you're going to confuse the fuck out of everybody, right? Are we going left? No, we're going right. Oh, we're going center? No, are we swarming? Are we doing like, we're all over the place. And y'all saw it on the streams, and I made it known because I was pissed off about it, right? And that's the one thing, like when we had Mars in the 960 KVK, right? Mars Invasion. Love that dude. He didn't ask somebody, hey, should we go to the left? Should we go? He just said, boys, let's all line up. We're all going one direction. We're going to this flag. Marker set, go. Marker set, go. Marker set, go. And if we had to choo-choo around the whole fucking map, we were all doing it as a team, moving as a unit. If you want to learn from that kind of stuff, as if you're a growing kingdom or wanting to do that, having a singular focus with one voice, you can have multiple leaders, but one voice during wartime is what you need. You're not going to hear Bunny, or you're not going to hear other leaderships like having a conversation about strategy in the voice chat, and then everyone's confused in the middle of a war. You know what I mean? If they don't have a captain's chat where they're going in and saying, hey, what are we trying to do here? We're going to push left and help and assist. That's what we're doing. Okay, boom. And then one voice in the chat that's saying, all right, we're going left. Here, 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 and here, and here, and here. Nobody needs to know anything else other than one clear voice, one clear focus. That is it. And so we had clashes of personalities and people didn't take it right. And it is what it is. I wasn't the only one that said it, you know, but I was the most vocal about it. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? If people don't like it, people don't like it. I just got tired of the back and forth, and I wasn't the only one. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? I love SN. I'm excited to be in SN. I'm going to be having our first KVK in SN, and I'm excited for it, man. The Habibis are going to be real. The Habibis are going to be real. And I'll leave it at that. I had clashes of personalities with some of the leaders and directional people, and it boiled to a head. And it wasn't that they told me I had to leave. They just said something had to change, and then I just said, okay, I'll go. And if they say that it wasn't that way, I have all the DMs, so it's not really a thing. And I don't necessarily want to show names and do all that kind of shit. It isn't about that. Currently in a garrison kingdom, looking for mixed field and garrison. Daden, so I would say this: if you're going to be garrisoning, if your kingdom already, you should find out if you're going to go to a certain kingdom, if they do even need a garrison, right? Because the closer you get in, the deeper you get into Season of Conquest, the more it's going to become about the only people that have like insane gear are the ones that are going to be garrisoning and rallying. The pool of garrisoning and ralliers is going to get exponentially smaller. So if I was you, unless you got like top tier gear, I would focus more on your open field marches than your garrison stuff. That's just my personal opinion. If you think you have great gear and you're going to be garrisoning, then get some garrison. You know, but it's always going to be about having that top tier tech in gear and everything like that. So if you are going to fill that role, then kudos. You know what I mean? Awesome. Rock that shit. 6 million kills and 1 million dead is minimum in my dead kingdom. You know what I mean, Pete? But so this is what I'm saying, Pete. If you hit 6.5 million, but then they're saying, well, and then it becomes like a whole conversation piece. There shouldn't be any conversation. You hit your goals, you met your goals, and that's it, right? If they were anticipating they wanted everybody to actually hit 15 million, then that goal should have been set at 15, not at 6. Or if you're going to have alliance goals, right? Not kingdom goals, then that needs to be voiced instead, right? And I'll give you an example. If one AVG wants to be, I don't know, say you have a hierarchy, a ladder, right? And I'm just using 1307 because I know the alliances. And one AVG is going to be like the 60 GT of 1307, right? They want the biggest, baddest fighters in 1307 to be in one AVG. Then there's SN, CB, so on and so forth. Just working your way down, however it is. I'm not saying that's the way it is. Then that needs to be understood, right? If you're in 1 AVG, then you have these goals that you have to hit. If you're in SN, you have these goals that you need to hit. If you're in CB, these are your goals that you, not kingdom goals, right? And that was never ever explained. And the way that they made it out to seem is while you met the kingdom goals, you did not meet the AVG goals, which were never explained, ever. Literally, they had in Discord what their minimum, like what the base was. And if you hit it, then you kept saying, well, AVG kind of, we expect, then say that fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Pluto, I appreciate the raid, buddy. Pluto raid, let's go. How's it going, big homie? Yeah, we're talking about goals, Rise of Kingdoms. We're talking about a bunch of stuff right now. Kind of what happened in the 1307 stuff, you know, all that kind of shit. Let me see. What do we want to put? Let's get some streaming playlists. You want some? Let's get this. Let's do this one. All right, we got it. Okay. All right. The next one is reach 7,500 subscribers on the Bulbaritos YouTube channel. Every single year we have effectively doubled the amount of subscribers we've had on the channel. In 2001, we ended off, I believe, at like a little under 2,000 subscribers. We're almost at 4,500 in 2022. And now, you know, I just continued the trend. I like pushing for it. And so we're going to push for 7,500 subscribers. Next one is near and dear to my heart, and I love this one. Another goal for 2023. We didn't hit it this year, but we were kind of close. We were at about 7K to raise $10,000 in 2023 for St. Jude's. We are going to continue that trend again. I still have stuff I gotta send. I have not forgotten y'all, I promise you. I know I've been sorely lacking, but I had so much to build and do all that kind of stuff. But I am planning on doing it. If you've won stuff, I am gonna send it to you and all that kind of stuff. So I promise y'all that. We might have to take some new sizes on shirts because, you know, maybe some of y'all ate some too many tamales during the winter break, or, you know, you're getting your pudgy phase, like, hey, or maybe you're super skinny. Who knows? You know, you got beach weather coming. But yeah, either one. It's super difficult in losing KVKs, but agree, should be a different channel, even when this is a bit awkward. I'm a low power T4 in all kicks. I've been and managed to be in top 125 DP or higher because I love Warren, don't care losses, resource sacrifice. That's good, Dannon. I would say stick with T4. If you're a T4 fighter and you're not going to be wailing out, and I would just work on your stuff, man. Work on your infantry marches. I think the most underrated thing in game is understanding what you're going to do, right? People plan their accounts for KVK and that's it, but don't realize that you can easily make a couple tweaks and then your account is optimized for not only KVK, but also for Osiris League, and you're not building just for Osiris League, right? Case in point, Joan, right? Joan is massive, right? If you play both game modes and you don't have Joan, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, right? You should have Joan. Joan is viable on field and in mid-game fights for Osiris League, or just Arc in general, right? Guan is a must-have in both Osiris League and KVK. Scipio, must-have in both Osiris League and KVK. Nevsky, a must-have in both Osiris League and KVK. You can easily pick and pull commanders and be very specific to what commanders are going to enhance your account for multiple events. And that is the mistake that a lot of people make. They're just trying to upgrade every commander, which if you can afford that, then do it. You know what I mean? But if you're trying to optimize your accounts, I would venture to tell you, it's not the most popular opinion, don't max everything. Max the ones that are going to benefit your account the most across multiple avenues, not just KVK, right? Because there are plenty of combos that will do fantastic in both. That you're only going to have 5, maybe you have 7 if you're a big player. If you're a big player having 7 marches with max tech, you're probably not worried about that, right? This is for those players that are like mid to low tier that by the end of towards the end of KVK are only running 3 or 4 marches, right? Where you got to be uber specific. And that's the other thing I would say. Don't worry about maxing every commander, because at the end of the day, if you can't field 5 marches, 7 marches, the entire KVK, what the hell does it matter? You're only going to be sending 4 out. You don't necessarily need every commander in the sun. You just need the best 4 combos that will get utilized for your skin and just the amount of resources you have and how you can utilize those pairings. Bulba for Warlord, Asta. You know what? There's a logic that I follow, right? And it's something I follow in business, I follow in life, I follow in everything that I put my mind to and I do, right? It's a kind of philosophy that I follow in life. There's 2 things, right? 1, the answer will always be no if you never ask the question. Always. In life, in relationships, and in anything you do in life, for promotions, for gaming, for subscribers, for if you never ask the question, the answer will always be no. Okay. And 2, hold on. Floater rate. Oh man, I just went blank. There was which one was the one? It'll come to me, I promise you. There's only 2 that I go with, and I got distracted, lost it, had a brain fart. I thought about migrating to 1307, but they seemed a bit sloppy. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. I think the thing with 1307, and people got to understand, is regardless of the slop, as you would say, it's a tight-knit core, right? And people are here because they want to be here for 1307, regardless if we win, lose, or draw in any event. It is truly like a family. It feels, if y'all remember the 1401 kind of vibe, that is literally 1307. We've had that same vibe the entire time, right? If you're coming to 1307, don't come because you're expecting rewards or you want to do this. Come because you enjoy the people, right? There are different cliques everywhere, right? Our Habibis, we got Arabic stuff that goes on. You know, we got our Latin fire out there, you know. There's spicy nuggets out there, Latinas, you know what I mean? Our queens, that kind of deal are there as well. We got our Habibis, we got, you know, our Russian crew, we got our Arabic speakers, our, you know, Portuguese, like we have everything under the sun. And they all mesh really well, and the vibe is never down, regardless of how KVK is going. And that's ultimately why I love 1307. Well, I fell into Garrison last KVK. It sucks. Only Guan and Charles Saladin and William Boudica and Nebu for open field. I wouldn't say that. If you're looking open fields, Guan is a must. Scipio is a must. Unless you're doing a Guan Scipio, then you don't necessarily. You would still need both. Joan is a must. Nevsky is a must. XY is almost a must, but not. It doesn't have to be a must. But he is very, very good. He's almost there. Who else? Honda is an absolute must. I would say Honda is more important than YSG. Hot take. The versatility of Honda makes him crazy. And from what the understanding that I have and that I firmly believe, the only reason why I put Honda over YSG is you're trading DPS for AoE, right? In KVKs, monster KVKs, where it's kind of like you gotta bang, most people that have YSG secondary are gonna get focused down before they probably pop their second skill. And that's the only reason why I think maybe in smaller KVKs like CD, those kind of KVKs, YSG would probably be bigger because there's not as much focus. But when you see YSGs, they instantly get focused, instantly. And their skill cycle isn't gonna, I venture to say it's not gonna pop more than once, if twice max. So Honda becomes indisposable. You can't get rid of him. Agree, save sculptures and max once you're sure the commander. Yeah, just let people eat crow, and then you can find out if you should use it or not. I love that you say that about commanders because that's what I do, but I focus strictly on infantry commanders we're working on right now. So that, and the thing that and that's the reason why I said it, right? If you're not in Osiris League or you play ARC in like an active role, like you want to be good at Osiris League, you can do that, right? If you're trying and you're a player that wants to get better and their team wants to get better at ARC, you're gonna be forced to have to do a versatile split on your commanders. So you can't just focus on one type, because infantry and ARC is an L. Infantry and ARC is an L. Outside of mid-game fights, infantry in ARC is an L, because it's so slow. And it's about speed, baby. Hot, dirty, nasty speed. But in KVK, no one gives a shit if you're slow or not, right? If you can bang, you can bang. It's just a matter of how long it's gonna take you to go. Wish my Dragon Lancer is slipped. Hey, it's a thing. That's a cheap shot. You're very welcome, Dad. All rallies are getting swarmed to death in ARC and Osiris League Bulba. Would you recommend all teams putting heads and building anti-swarm rallies? Henry Nebu, Attila Nevsky. Are you talking in ARC? If you're talking in ARC, it becomes about versatile garrisons, not necessarily about tanky garrisons. Because most garrisons, besides Zan, are going to get swarmed down to Chris and Zenobia. Those are the only two that I've seen. Even Jad. Well, Jad can hold pretty good. I would still say the meta is probably those three. I think Jan did really, really well. Not Jad, Jan did really well in Garrison against Swarm. The problem with it is it's not as versatile as Xeno YSS, which makes it a little bit harder, right? Xeno YSS accepts all donations. All donations, baby. Not saying that others don't, but that one is like enhanced by all donations. Jan isn't necessarily, and Jad isn't as well. The thing is with Jad, she's a little bit faster. Jan's a little bit slower. And it's just about your team composition kind of wise. I still think overall versatility wise, Xeno YSS is the go-to. I think if you can get a Jan in front lines, that's going to be an absolute nightmare to take over, right? And those really organized teams, that's what makes them really great, right? They're not pushing a Zenobia to the front line. They're pushing a Jan, a Jad, something that they know that their team as a whole has so many calves that it's flooding in with a bunch of calves, which is what Jad does exponentially well with, right? If you can get all cavalry in a Jad, she's gonna tank like a mother. You know what I'm saying? Like it, and with a lot of those teams, a lot of them have so many cav on the field that it's almost like they can guarantee it's gonna be a full cav garrison. For rallies, I wouldn't focus infantry. Infantry rallies are way too slow. Don't waste your time. I think Henry Nebu is going to get swarmed down in like 10 seconds, so don't do it. I still think your best bet is having Cav, just because you're going to already have, but it also Dark Knights. It depends on your composition of your team, right? If your team as a whole has 80% Cav marches on the field, the likelihood of you getting a archer rally reinforced consistently is going to drop exponentially, as opposed to your Tilanevsky, on top of it being faster. So I would just say it's based on your team composition. If your team is 50-50 split, then you may look at archers. You know, if it is super heavy into Cav, don't even waste your time doing anything else. Just do Cav rallies. Wait, Bulba, You ask for subs if you feel uncomfortable asking people for subs. No? What are you talking about? I always say. That's why I made this. I do it almost every time, Black Panther. When I pop this, I say, if you're enjoying the content, make sure to subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, lick it, kick it, punch it. I say it all the time. I always ask for subscriptions. I always ask. If you enjoy the content, consider subscribing. I am asking you that if you like the content, to subscribe, consider subscribing. I make it a deal to do it. I do it in every video multiple times. I do it all the time. No, those are your marches. Oh, okay, Pete, I got you. Should I replace my expert Mehmed and take Sargon to 5511 for my Scipio? I haven't actually seen Sargon Scipio. If you have a Guan, I would use a Guan Scipio before I would use anything else. I haven't tested Sargon though. Okay. And last but not least, probably the most important goal and something that is going to be a shock to the channel. Like I'm talking like clear, like shocking that shit. I am going to make it a point this year in 2023, based on everything that we are seeing, that I have seen over the last 2 years of collecting data, right? Now, this is not to say that if y'all come out in force and our live streams start to destroy, that I won't increase it. But as of now in 2023, my goal is to have more videos than live streams. And I put the numbers up here. That way y'all could understand exactly the numbers that we are talking about. Okay. In 2021, I did 242 live streams, 27 videos and 2 shorts. And I believe I was at like 130,000 views. That was when the channel was boosting and starting from 0. That's when we started the channel. 2022, we killed it. Went down to 140 live streams, 34 videos, and 8 shorts. Not only did we double our subscriber count, we doubled our views, and we hit 205,000, somewhere around there. Okay. You're starting to see the trend, right? The additional videos and the additional shorts that we did in 2022 accounted, hear me out, accounted for 25% of the entire year's views. Just let that sink in. 25%. That's crazy. 50,000 views came from the additional videos and shorts that we did out of all of that. So my goal, and the reason that I did it, is because one, I got more engagement on videos than I did on live streams, which is surprising, I guess. Now, hear me out. Before y'all say it, okay? Well, Bulba, you played a bunch of different games. That's not 140 live streams of Rise of Kingdoms. I did, out of the 140, only 20 of those live streams were for another game that was not called Rise of Kingdoms. Okay. 120 of those streams were for Rise of Kingdoms. So I don't want anybody to go in saying, oh, blah, you 50% of them were other games. It wasn't. And out of those 20, probably 5 of those were Call of Duty in the last week, in the last month in December. Just to let y'all know, right? So I'm going to do more videos, more live streams, but I'm going to flip it and do less live streams. Okay. More videos and shorts and less live streams. What does that mean for the channel? Okay, what does that mean for the channel? Well, that part is already understood, okay? But 2, if there's content that y'all like, and I'm telling you this right now, it is very, very important, and I will emphasize it over and over and over again, that you drop a like and share the content with other people if you really want it to grow, okay? Because at the end of the day, what I, as a content creator, am doing is I'm going and analyzing all the content that y'all are engaging with, and I'm just going to hammer out on that, right? If you want Rise of Kingdoms live streams every time I have a Rise of Kingdoms live stream, you know, if we're banging out 100 likes every single time over and over and over and over again, I'll probably do more live streams. You know what I mean? We've been shooting the shit for 2 hours and I have 30 likes. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all. That's big considering that we're not in KVK, we're not doing anything, you know, and that's a big deal for me. The shorts are huge, right? Y'all consume that like crazy. Right now I'll probably end up, and I want y'all to see this. Hold on, I'll show y'all this. Look, I want y'all to see this because this is an important thing to understand too. And I'm kind of showing y'all behind the scenes type stuff. If you don't want to see it, then you'll let me know and I just won't show y'all anymore. Okay, this is the YouTube studio as of right now. Okay, concurrent viewers, we're at 26 as of right now. We actually hit a little bit more than that when we got rated by Pluto. We're at 32 likes. We got a generous donation from one of our viewers, which was amazing. But I want y'all to see this. Look, concurrent viewers with 28, but the views are at 195, and I put 2 hours into this already, right? And I'm not a jab at this. It's just about the best bang for your buck. If I made a short right now, maybe after the stream, I'll make a short. If I made a short right now, I would get 196 clicks in probably the first 10 minutes. And it's not a jab at anything, right? And that just pulled because it was pulling off of this. Give me a second. It's just, I want y'all to understand when y'all consume the content, it's just what y'all are going to consume and engage with. That's ultimately what I want. I want that for us. Because the faster we grow, more turnings we have, the bigger prizes we have, the more sponsorships we can bring in, the more, like, it just cascades. Well, I'm going up, but it cascades down, right? And so that's what's going to help the channel grow. And so we're going to make a conscious decision this year to provide y'all with more videos and shorts than live streams. Now, with live streams, what we are going to do, I'm planning on trying to make those hyper engaging, but minimal. Okay. What do I mean by that? I mean, we might do like a Gecko Gaming where Gecko used to do 2 live streams a week and that's it. I might just do 1. I don't know. Maybe 2. During KVKs might be a little different because that's just content like I want y'all to be able to see. You know, but this is outside of KVK and Osiris League. Okay. Those are staples to the community and I won't be dropping those, right? Rise of Kingdoms, the live streams for the matches will stay there. That's not going to change. Okay. So you're not going to lose out on those KVK coverage. You're not going to lose out on those. It's the additional stuff. Let me sit here and do, you know, Golden Kingdom or chat and chill or whatever it is. Just because I could make 10 videos in the matter of the 2 hours that I've been streaming and get 15 times the results. Once a week would be cool, like a planned weekly thing. Exactly, cool. So long story short, and I keep saying that and it's not short. Okay. The live stream that I was planning is Saturdays because I'm planning on doing tournaments on Saturdays. Okay. So it may not be the most loving content that y'all are seeing because it's going to probably invoke other games and that is not my own doing. I have requested custom game modes from Rise of Kingdoms for over 3 years now, right? We may be running a Clash of Clans tournament because I can't actually set a tournament up. I don't care about in-game rewards. If they don't want to do it, then cool. But a custom game mode does not require anything from y'all, right? I can set my own bracket up. It's just giving me the functionality in game to where I can set up 2 teams of 5 and run an Olympia tournament. I can't do any of that. Or ships. We do 2 teams of 5 on ships and have a ship tournament. You know what I mean? That is the kind of stuff I want to do, but I can't do, and they haven't set it up, and it doesn't. I don't think they are. So we'll see. Well, I don't know. I haven't heard anything from them, and I don't know. But that is the goal. That is a big shift, a massive shift. So one of the days for sure will be on tournament weekends. Our first one will be Saturday. We will be having our Fall Guys tournament. I will be building out the web page probably and have it done by midday tomorrow. It's already nighttime. It's 8 o'clock over here. So I'm just gonna chill with y'all and kind of answer any questions y'all have, and then we'll probably call it a stream. But yeah, we're gonna have our first Fall Guys tournament. I'm gonna invite Red. I'm gonna see if Chisco has time. I don't know if Chisco has time to do it. He might. I don't know if he has KVK. He might. That part I don't know. And y'all, and then we're gonna try to get y'all on some comms, make it very entertaining, you know, compete, have some laughs, and just have a good old time. So at the end of the day, all I want is to help our community grow regardless of what we play. That's my goal, right? Gives you time to do the other more view producing stuff. Yeah, pasta. ROK is definitely missing out on making the game more popular through community events like that. I'm sure the other companies know the return on investment is worth it. Yeah. And I think that's the hard part is I don't think Lilith sees the value in it. Right? I don't think they see the value in it because they're seeing it as, okay, we're going to provide you a tool, but what are we getting back from it? Right? But they're not seeing what they're actually getting back from it. Right? This is more exposure. It's more content that is produced for their game, right? 3, if they were to actually provide in-game rewards, it provides even bigger eyes because people want to continuously play. And 4, it solves the massive issue in Rise of Kingdoms. The downtime is so big, and that is mind-blowing, right? We have more KVKs back to back, and yet it feels like the downtime is worse than when we had spaced out KVKs. That's a problem. Do y'all feel the same way? Push 1 in the chat if y'all feel the same way. I feel it's unreal, and I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like even though they crammed more KVKs in a year, I feel like the downtime lulls are twice as deep than when we had less KVKs with a bigger space in between. That's like saying, why invest in education? What do I get? Yeah. Hey, Pasta, that's true. What are you getting, bro? That guy at McDonald's is asking the same question. I'm just kidding. But see, like that, I literally asked y'all for likes and stuff, and within seconds, look at that, seconds, we had 10 extra likes. I want to get y'all on the train where I don't even have to fucking ask you. Right? Y'all are coming in here, y'all are ready to rock and roll, smash the like. It is literally, I want y'all the habit of that's the first thing y'all do. If y'all are rocking with me, right? If y'all are rocking with me. If y'all aren't rocking with me, then that's fine. I understand. But those guys that are rocking with me, that support the channel, that come and hang out in live streams and show the love, if you're not already in the habit of hopping on the stream and smashing the like button already, we gotta work on that. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I think most of y'all are already doing it, which is not a problem. That's why I play on 4 different accounts. Oh Lord, dude, I just can't anymore. Dude, Red can't anymore. Like, it's one of those things that just, it's upsetting because there's so many easy fixes. They just refuse to do it, right? They just refuse to do it. I would say this, right? The money that they are going to make off a commander might be pretty good, right? But if you are chasing after the pennies, you are going to miss the dollar, right? If you're chasing pennies, you're going to miss the dollar. And the dollar is the amount of exposure, the amount of content being produced, the potential for outside tournaments that do not regard you having to physically do it as a company. It's exponentially good. You can make sponsored tournaments for Rise of Kingdoms, partnership. Like there's so many little things, right? as sponsor creators for Rise of Kingdoms, right? Redline and I could do a cast for a tournament. You know what I mean? It's a one-dayer hitter quitter Olympia tournament that is sponsored by Rise of Kingdoms. Teams have to register. If they want to push them to the Lilith site, then push them to the Lilith site. They register, sign up, do whatever. You know, and there's just so much potential. That the problem is they're chasing the pennies and missing the dollar. And it happens. And it happens. But I'm still trying for y'all, fam. I promise you, I'm still trying. It's one of those. It's like, it's hard, but we'll see. Someday, maybe. It's like we used to say it on the phone company, but we was throwing $100 bills at nickel problem. Exactly, Baz. Exactly. I have a list of stuff that I'm going to gather from the community of all these broken things that are in the game right now that weren't there before the previous patch, before the previous update. There's ARC problems that are happening right now. Oh Lord. There's ARC problems where city names aren't showing up, KPs aren't showing up. You can't see city names. Like, there's so many little things that are broken right now. Loud Army runs Olympia. You know what? I would love to see that. I would love to see that, man. See who's the top Olympia team. You know what I mean? We have a leaderboard literally built in. Somehow we have a leaderboard for an event that we do no promoting on. And then the game mode that we do promote, spend money, we don't have any leaderboard. How does that make any sense? We have icons and trophies and badges, and for a game mode that doesn't get streamed, has crap rewards, and has no money backing behind it. Y'all tell me how that makes any sense. It doesn't. Need to link up with the other ROK players in Asia and unionize as players. Dude, if I could understand anything, dude, that would be tough. That'd be awesome though. That'd be badass. Asta sucks. How's it going, Fishy? Good to see you, buddy. Like, there's little things. Like, I'll give you an example. When we were doing the official Grand Prix, the Grand Prix cast with Redline and I, some of the updates and suggestions that we made, right, that I made, were two very simple things that just didn't get done, right? One, I asked them to set up a night bot for commands, because the amount of comments that came in saying, what time does 1v play, right, could have been solved with a simple command that anybody in chat could have posted. The fact that there is no bot to regulate and answer questions like that blows my mind. It literally would have taken us 30 minutes to set up. Right? Number two, I requested, we literally for the Grand Prix had channels, Discord channels for teams to use. It should have been a requirement for them to use those Discord channels. And then we could have had a listen-in feature that would have increased engagement. Okay. I'm not saying we're going to go in there and listen for 30 minutes and give away all their comms and do all their stuff, but every single competitive game has the feature where you have the ability to listen in, whether it's a intense mid-game fight or a really good rotation. Just having the ability to have that is huge. It adds to the production value of a game and doesn't require us to do anything because everything was already set up. And those are just two simple things that we talked about, right? And nothing got triggered on. Maybe it will next season. You never know. That's why I always make suggestions, because sometimes they're just a little slow to pull the trigger. But it's stuff that should get solved. You know, we're in the grand final, or the I don't even know. There's so many grands now that I can't even tell. It's the cream of the crop, 1v and 60 GT, right? There should be a bot saying game 2 of blah 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 that just pops. You know, stay tuned, coming soon. blah blah blah. Game 3, you know, if 60 GT wins this game, game 3 will be next week at 13 UTC, like where it's already populating all that stuff, so that we're not having to answer that on stream as casters. Yeah, I mean, anyone you talk to will say Olympia is terrible. Just get the gold heads and call it a day. Okay, fish stay and silver. Oh Lord. To diamond in 2 days. Fish, did you get hard carried? Don't lie. Don't lie. All right, chat. Well, I did what I wanted to do, which was, hold on. I'll zoom out so y'all can see it. I will probably make a YouTube short on this. Because we did go like in depth and kind of go off the deep end a little bit. But these are our goals for 2023. As a multi-channel, which is something new for us. That way, if y'all jumped in late, these are our goals for 2023. The Bulba Bites, our food channel, 25 videos in the year, reach 500 subscribers, do a cooking live stream. And I'm considering adding a cooking section to the Bulbaritos website. Okay. I didn't even add any web stuff because I haven't gone through everything. So there probably is going to be a website ordeal here because we absolutely crushed web. And I'm talking like the amount of casts that we had was almost 5 times the amount of casts that we had in season 5. Season 6, we produced 5 times the amount of cast as season 5. And so a huge shout out to everybody who helped us with that. All of our casters, recorders, everybody. Y'all did me an absolute service, and I appreciate y'all. So we'll probably have website stuff, other kind of stuff that we're going to try to enhance and grow as well. Bulbaritos, the main company channel, get 200 registered users. That will probably get moved to web. We hit 110, which passed our 100, which GG's, congratulations community. Hit 300K views on the 2022, just in 2022. The metrics. Have one video hit 10K, then 7,500 subscribers, and then 10,000 raised for charity for St. Jude in the year. And then the last but not least, produce more videos. I don't care if it's 1 over or if it's 100 over. But those are the numbers that we had video breakdown in YouTube's and live streams. Breakdown for 2001, 2022, and 2023. I am planning on doing more videos and shorts combination than live stream. So keep your eyes out. There's going to be a lot more, a whole lot different. By the way, why you got kicked from AVG? I didn't get kicked. I left. I explained it earlier. I think you can probably find it somewhere in the stream. You can probably find it, Asta, somewhere in the stream. I talked about it. I don't remember where. If somebody has the timestamp, you can add the timestamp. But I did talk about it. No worries. Yeah, no, you're good. Long story short, it was a couple things. One, personality mix didn't work with a couple of the new guys. Two, the mention of KP and a KVK was brought up. But the goals were hit. But basically, long story, it was like a double standard that they expected more. But I'm kind of like, bro, like if you want more, then set your bar fucking more. Like it just pissed me off even more. And that's it. You know, it came down to those two. They basically had given me an option for like, hey, if you want to stay, you can stay, but something's got to change, blah, blah, blah. And I just decided to go to SN. That's all. And I kind of elaborated more on it, but those were the two things. Those are the two major things. And I'm happy. I love SN. SN has always had, I have a lot of community members that are in SN, and I still love them to death. The Habibis, the Sis Gang, all of it. Maybe they want a core alliance. So Asta, I don't have a problem with that, right? And you can watch that, and I elaborated, and that's literally what I talked about, right? As a kingdom, if you were gonna set kingdom goals, not alliance specific, kingdom goals, right? And people hit those goals, you can't punish them because you wanted more, but you never actually vocalized that, right? If you want to create a kingdom like that, like a core alliance, then you need to have alliance-based goals for KVK and not kingdom goals. Because then you're not looking like a dickhead saying, well, the base minimum was 15 million, right? You hit 15 million, but we expected you to hit 55 million, right? You can't do that because then you're just being a dickhead, right? Nobody's going to be able to read your mind to know. All they're looking at is what are your goals? Do you hit your goals? And you got to have a goal that if somebody hits 15 million in one or hits 150 million in one, it doesn't make a fucking difference, right? They hit their goal. If you want more, then you need to expect more and demand more. Not hide behind, well, we kind of expected more. That's what I'm saying, right? If you want to build tiers in your kingdom, then build tiers, but make it known whatever tiers you're setting need to be there, right? If for 1AVG, I'll give you an example. If they said for 1AVG admittance, for you to be here, we expect everybody to hit 40 million KP in this KVK. Okay, the goal is set, right? We know what we need to hit. You're going to do what it takes to get there, right? You don't say the goal is to hit 15 and you get mad when they hit 1501 and then everybody else hit 50. Because your goals are set what your goals are. But long story short, that's it. You can go scope it out, check it out later. Just scrub back, it's somewhere in there, and then go from there. But that was kind of a Bulba rant on that front. But either way, I just wanted to do a quick stream, show you all this. I'm gonna go eat dinner with the wife. Goals, I will probably be making a YouTube short on what our goals for 2023 are for those of y'all who want to share it and hang out and help us with that. I love y'all and appreciate y'all for it. If they say in advance best 150 come to that alliance would be fine, and that's it, Fishy. That's all I'm saying. I want expectations set. That's it. I want fucking expectations set. And I have, they literally put screenshots of what the goals were for the kingdom, and it became a talking point. I was like, bitch. Bitch. So whatever, either way, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I'm in SN, I'm having a good time, I'm having a blast, hanging out with the cis gang and the Habibis, and I love them all to death. And we're gonna be rising and grinding with them on KVK. So we're gonna have some fun this one. But either way, I appreciate y'all. Burrito gang, let me flip cams real quick. Thank you all again for joining us. Let me know if you have any goals. If you're gonna be setting any goals, leave us a comment underneath after we end the live stream. And I'm excited, man. 2023, I think it's gonna be a fantastic year for us. And I hope y'all join along for the ride, and we'll hopefully see y'all soon. Alrighty, Burrito gang. Y'all have a good rest of your day, good rest of your night. Don't forget, before you head out, sus potatoes, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and look forward to many, many more content, videos, and live streams in 2023. All right, y'all have a good one. Bye.